You said if you lose two straight to anybody, it becomes personal and a rivalry. Is that the case here?
Yeah, it absolutely is with me. Now, hopefully it is with our players, but I think it is. They were very focused yesterday and doing practice. So, I think we'll be ready. Now, again, you have to go there and execute and execute the things they do and do what we do and make some shots.
The last couple of meetings, I know poor shooting has kind of been one of the main reasons for the losses, but do they do something schematically wise, or was it just a couple of bad shooting nights on your
Well,
guys?
they play their one player. I mean, they're starting, it's number 10. I can't remember her name, but anyway, they usually start her at the 5. They're starting her at the 4 here. And she plays a lot of the 5. When she does, it makes it pretty small. And she takes us outside. Sometimes she relieves pressure and comes up against our center, in our man-to-man stuff, and then penetrates kicks. And if they're hitting those threes, they're pretty good. They will press some. I think it's going to be the key on their floor is taking care of the basketball, not having a bunch of turnovers, creating easy points for them at the other end. I think that's going to be key for us. And we're going to have to hit some shots because, they're going to try to take Asia out. And, they got some seniors also, and I'm sure they're going to play with a lot of confidence against us.
If taking care of the ball is important, that puts a lot on your, obviously, the people handling the ball. They haven't turned the ball over a hell of a lot, have they?
No, we haven't, but we haven't seen a lot of pressure either. We see some, but it really hasn't been that good. Duquesne's pressure is pretty good. They play extremely hard. They got them playing extremely hard, and they have some size too at the guard position. They have a 6'3" guard, and their other guard they have a guard shooting 52% from the 3, and their point guard can shoot threes also. So they got a nice team, and matchups. We're going down there to beat them. Make no doubt about it. I mean, we should. If we go down there and take care of business, we'll beat them. If we go down there and stand around like we have the last 2 games against them and turn the ball over and take some bad shots, which create a fast break for them at the other end. And the other thing they do, they leak people out. So we got to be aware of that. We want to crash the offensive boards, but yet we got to be aware that they're always leaking somebody out.
Speaking of boards, you've out-rebounded every team you've played this year. Obviously, it's been important in your success. In a game like this, I guess it becomes more important, especially if they like to run.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they're going to leak somebody out, that should give us, our point guard is going back, so it should be 4 and 4 in there. And we got to just be more aggressive than they are on the boards. I think we will. I'm looking forward to the game, to be honest with you. Those games we played, the last couple ones, I really don't enjoy. They're nice to get a win, but you get to play everybody, but you really don't accomplish a whole lot. So this game, it's going to be good. It's on the road. They have a nice team, and we'll have to play pretty well.
That said, you talked about this before last game. You want some tests before you get into the conference slate, but you don't want to lose either. Where's the sort of?
It's a happy meeting.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose right before Christmas either. I told the girls yesterday after practice, I said, this game determines whether I stay in my bedroom all Christmas or I go out and talk to people, whether we win or lose. So, it's important that we go down there and take care of business.
How long are you going to leave the reindeer up this year?
What do you mean, the reindeer?
You said that a couple of years ago, the reindeer coming down right after.
Oh, yeah, well, we start practice on 26. So, all the elves went home, the Santa Claus is done, and the reindeer are no longer around. So, on the 26th, we need to get focused again because we're getting ready for conference play. So, that'll be very important. But, we got a good group of young ladies. So, I know we'll be focused going down there. And then those practices over Christmas are always tough. Even when I was on the men's side, it's tough. You come there, there's no students. The routine is messed up, and they'd like to have a couple more days for Christmas, quite frankly. And so those days are always tough, but it is what it is, and we got to get ready after 26.
I know he was an assistant before you were head coach at West Virginia, but do you know much about Coach Bird? And I mean, did you guys ever cross paths? And has he been instrumental the last couple of years as an assistant building up their program?
You know, I think you know, he's brought in some of the foreign players that they have and that type of stuff. But you know, do I know him well? No, absolutely not. You know, he wasn't here when I was here, and I really, you know, I know he coached a little bit in the conference too, West Virginia Conference, but I really did not know him very well.
Scheduling wise, you have a break before your next one, but then getting into Big 12 play, I know that was obviously a big thing, and just a couple weeks away from getting into it. You have a couple road games during the break. Did they take care of you guys the way that you had hoped? Do you like the way the Big 12 schedule plays out?
Yeah, you know, the only, you know, the one when we played 2 games on the road, and I don't remember if it's the first one or the second one, because I haven't looked that far ahead, but, you know, we only had 1 day prep in between, and the other one we have a couple, 2 or 3 days prep. So, yeah, you know, we're able to, in 2 trips, we're able to knock off 4 away games, and that means we only had 5 more away games the rest of the year. So, you know, that you know, they did what they could do, so we really appreciate that.
Mike, there's a lot of coaches that try to avoid giving bulletin board materials to their opposition. You don't seem to worry about that. I mean, you say, we're going up there to beat them, and if we play our game, we will or should or whatever, what you say. I mean, what's your theory about that, rather than just saying, boy, they're good, I hope we can win?
Well, I did say they were good.
Yeah, you did say that.
And they beat us the last 2 years, so give them credit. But, you know, we can't worry. We're going to play a lot of good teams on the road and at home. So, you know, they're just another team that but we need to win. And our players need to have a lot of confidence, and I have a lot of confidence. You know, I expect to win every game, and I have that confidence, and hopefully that's carried on to our players, that we expect anytime we step on the floor to win the basketball game. And that's just the way I've always been, Bob. I just think, you know, if we have an opportunity to play, then we should win. And, you know, it don't always work out, but we should win.
I'd rather hear that than guys that are supposed to win by 30 saying, I don't know if we pull, if we can even show up.
The other night I told the girls, I said, now, you know, but we got to work on us. You know, when you get in those type of games where you're up a lot, you got to work on you. Don't worry about them. Just work on the things that you do and try to get better. And several times during that game the other night, you know, I told them we're forming bad habits. You know, when we get in conference play and we play some tougher teams, we do that. It'll cost us. So, you know, I've always been the type of coach. You know, I coach the game. I don't worry about the score. Up 20, down 20. I'm going to coach to the end of the game. And our players, you know, sometimes look at me like I'm crazy. You know, we're up 30, 40 points, and I'm on them, and one little thing, and I'm jumping them about it and that. But, you know, I realize that when we get in a close game, you know, in a big game, and if that same thing occurs and we do what we just did, then we're going to lose that basketball game. So that's why I've always done that.